All right, we just had this new GLS 580 drop off. It's here for a check engine light, but I'm just gonna look everything over. This is the first time I've ever seen the car. So just gonna do the general inspection and see if there's anything on it. Like whatever this is. Aftermarket wiring of some sort. It's the first thing I noticed. Let's see, we've got a wire going down, around, into the fuse box. Oh, you know what I bet that is? This illuminated star option. I bet that's what that is. Okay, now to just look over everything in the engine bay here. I don't know what the fault code's for. I haven't addressed that yet. So I'll probably go ahead and get this engine cover off so I can see everything under the engine, and then leave it all apart in case I need to get to something for testing. Okay, just got the engine cover off, and I hate the design on these non-AMG V8s. These are supposed to be glued on this back panel here that has all the clips on it. As you can see, it's separating. So you just have to replace the engine cover, which I'm sure is several $100 because it's a cosmetic thing on a Mercedes. You try to remove them as carefully as you can, but that one is already broken. But a lot of people don't know where to pry from because you can't see it. And unless you've taken one of those engine covers off before, you just simply don't know. Okay, this middle reservoir is completely empty. There's no coolant in that at all. The main cooling circuit's pretty good. This is the coolant that's gonna cool the turbochargers and the transmission. There's nothing in there. So I'll be sure to top that up, which this is sort of a display reservoir, and they have a secondary reservoir underneath the intercoolers in the bottom down there that you can't see. It's just all black, so you can't see in it. So I'm sure the system's not empty, otherwise it would be overheating. But that might be what the check engine light's on for. He had it scanned at a auto parts store, and something with a oiling issue, oil valve or something like that. This clip's out of place. Supposed to be on that little ear here, like that. Wonder if someone's had that apart or if that was just factory overlooked. The connector's good. I don't see any fluids anywhere leaking or nothing like that. You can see the undershields have been off. It was just serviced, so I'm gonna put all the service records together and make sure it's all caught up on everything. Let's see. Everything looks good from what I can see up top. Which these newer engines, you can't see a whole lot. But I'm gonna lift it up now, check the tire pressure, make sure they're good, and see if there's anything underneath it that needs to be addressed. Oh, I was just back here looking at this little red mark on top of the heat shield. Don't know what that's about. Maybe someone dropped a crayon or something. Also, to get this leaf out is a real reason I came to this side of the car. Then I noticed this nut cap was missing, and it's laying right here for some reason. So I'll put that on with both hands. So if someone had the wipers off, then they would have had all this cowling off, so they wouldn't have been deep back in there. I wonder if this has any dealer records of any intensive work. I don't think those bolts have ever been out, so this heat shield's never been off. At least it looks that way. The O2 sensor wiring is all routed correctly, which usually and unfortunately when something's taken apart you can tell because it's not put back together. Not wrong, but not as it was designed. I don't see any signs of anything, but that's weird and that's weird. But anyways, Okay, just got to lift it up. So just gonna go over everything on the bottom, see if I see anything down here. Anything with the suspension or any of these rubber boots that might be torn, which they're not. That all looks good. Yeah, the strut looks good, the axle looks good. All these bushings as well. It looks like those brakes are low, but it's hard to get a good sight on them. Let me see what the outside looks like. The outside looks good. Let me see if I can. Yeah, the outside brake pad looks, I say good, I mean probably 40% life. I'll have to look at that inside pad with a little mirror from the side because I can't really get a good sight on it. It looks low, but it might just be the angle. Let me check out the other side here. Look at all these bushings. All the ball joints look good. Same with this brake pad, it looks a little better. I'm sure it's just the angle I'm looking at, especially the outside pad is good. I'm sure the inside, I mean, if the outside pad is good, I'm sure the inside pad is good. That all looks good. Let me see what the back of the engine looks like. Yeah, no issues down here at all. Front drive shaft looks good. Yep, now going down the transmission here. Everything looks good there. The rear drive shaft. The mounts are still good and really soft. So that's good. All this is factory somehow. Every single one of them looks like this, but this is a factory sealant path. I think they fly these things down the assembly line so quick, whenever the sealant's still wet, I guess whatever robot it is that comes and grabs this thing or whatever, it sits down or whatever, they all look like this. But this is factory sealant path. If you had one that looked clean, then it would have been opened before. But that's normal. Everything looks good up front. No issues at all. This rear rubber disc, make sure there's no excessive tearing in that, which there's not. You can see some tiny little like hairline tear starting to form. But in several years, that might be worth addressing. This is just barely starting. And this is basically a wear item. Like you can count on it going out. But probably once every 10 years, I would say you would need to replace this little disc. And just to check out the rear suspension and the axles. Make sure these boots are good. The shocks aren't leaking. And then all the other bushings and boots around everywhere. Nothing really goes bad with the suspension on the back of these, honestly. Okay, rear tires are good. Rear brake pads. I'll have to look at those inside ones too with the mirror, just like the fronts. But the outside ones look very good. Thicker than the fronts even. Factory brakes, so if they were replaced before, it would have been with factory parts. I'm sure it's not. I think there's 50-some thousand miles on this. This is probably on original brakes, depending on driving style. But no, I don't see anything at all. The whole car looks perfect mechanically. I'm just gonna put the service records together and make sure it's caught up on everything. Since it's the first time I'm working on it now, I like to start with a clean slate and put all the dealer records together so going forwards I can know when everything was done. And then now to hook up the diagnostic computer and figure out what the check engine light's on for.